This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty, hosted by Earl the Pearl. On Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
Talking Heads with Naughty is brought to you by Burger King, City of Hope, Fine Threads, John's Department Store, Joker's Wild, Kelly's Home Center, KFC, Naughty Johnny's, Percy's and Games, Pindertal, Prince Masters, Sands Castle Bahamas, and Tropical Gyros.
And good afternoon, good day. It's a Talking Heads Thursday. This is your boy Pearly in the house. We are on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. So good to be here with you today. Summer coming. It's starting to warm up. It's a beautiful day. A beautiful day. We're going to talk. Today's open line. We're going to talk what you want to talk about. I seen all kind of crazy things been going on. Who can get pork in the head? Who ain't going to do this? Who ain't telling the truth? We're going to talk about all this today. I want to know what you think, what you feel. But before we do that, we got to tell you how to become a talking head.
Here's how you can become a talking head. Brought to you by BTC.
And you don't know it that easy when Pearly on the air, right? 323-6232, 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4316, 325-4259, 325-4259, or always toll free 242-300-5720. Get me at the text line if you don't want to talk. You can text me. It's powered by BTC 422-4796, 422-4796. That's how it's easy. Just like that, it's that easy. So, people, what a day, what a day, what a day. What's going on in the headlines?
It's time for Headliners. Everything that's making headlines in the 242. Brought to you by the Fine Threads.
Deal struck for carbon credits. Seagrass ecosystems to be monitored over next 5 years. Repairs underway at the Dundas Center. That is wonderful. Man accused of raping a 9-year-old girl. Oh, God almighty. OPM says tabling BPL deals now could impact negotiations. Don't laugh, really, don't laugh. PM builds a step forward in modernizing financial services sector. Do forgive me. I some things you hear, you just can't believe is this if it's real. And in the business section, PM builds a step forward into modernizing the financial services sector. Executive entities amendment bill and the Banks and Trust Companies Regulation amendment bill debated in House of Assembly. Davis, these bill represent our ongoing commitment to excellence. Roberts on Trump tariffs, super values ahead of the game. NAD once again looking to build. Roberts said dumped eggs expired during shipping. Bahamas Air signs new industrial agreement with the Public Management Union. Whoa, what's up? Right away. Oh, hold on, before we do this. This one breaks my heart to read, but I gotta read it. It is a sad day in Bahama land when I have to read this. Hey, folks. Y'all know the longest running entertainment venue ever in the Bahamas, the Joker's Wild Comedy Club Atlantis, is closing its doors after 35 years of bringing laughter to the Bahamas. To celebrate, the very funny and talented Tommy Davidson will be the closing act from May 20th to 25th. Tickets are $50. Group rates are available for groups of 10 or more. For tickets, go to atlantisbahamas.com. So grab your friends, your family, and come out and have a great evening of laughs for the last time at Joker's Wild Comedy Club from May 20th to 25th. See you there. Boy, I love that place. Naughty, people don't give him the credit that he deserves, but Naughty is one of the more talented comedians in the region, and he's been all over the place, and that has carried him all over the place to share his talent. So it's going to be a sad day. Hopefully, another comedy club will come up because it's great. Okay, people, it's been an interesting week. House of Assembly was on fire yesterday. Certain people making certain conversations, but we can find out what's going on. We can take our first caller, and we can see what's going on. Caller, you are on the air. What's up?
A pleasant good evening, Purdy.
Sparky, what's up, bro?
Hello, hold on. Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you, but you're a little echo in there now, so you gotta, turn the radio down.
No, y'all coming through very, very faint. I am down on West Bay Street, down by the old the Balloon Hotel and King of Night.
Okay.
So I can hardly hear you, Purdy.
Turn the radio down and listen to the phone. Put the phone to your ear.
No, ain't no radio on in my dog. I in the barn, ain't no radio
Oh
on in
boy.
here.
Okay, well I know why you can't hear me. Maybe your phone.
Coming up a little louder now.
Maybe your volume, the volume in your phone got to turn up.
I realize that Guardian Radio signal has only reached as far as Fish Fries.
No, man. No. I be way out west and listening.
Hey.
I be way out west and I be hearing it. I ain't guessing that. I telling you that.
Hello, Purdy.
Turn your phone volume up.
Hey, Purdy, anything west of Fish Fries?
Okay, I don't have that problem at all. So I don't understand why you are.
I say Guardian, not you.
I'm saying I don't have it when I'm listening to Guardian in my car and stuff like that.
You drive and live out there. But anyway, that's how.
I claim that. I claim that.
Okay, Purdy, this is your day, and I'm glad you on. And I asked the producer to give Sparky more than 30 seconds today, because I want to say thank you very much, Purdy, for being the talk show host that you are.
Thank you, sir.
You don't pull no punches.
I try not to.
You don't get mad with nobody.
No, man.
You don't block nobody and say you can't call my show no more.
No, I ain't gonna do that.
You ain't got time for that.
Well, I want to talk to you. I want to hear what you got to say.
Sometimes these talk show hosts, when they become popular, they start telling you something. If you make them mad, the producer you call in, the producer say, so-and-so say, don't let you call their show.
So does that mean I'm not popular yet?
I say, hold on. I've been calling talk show before these talk show hosts' mother conceived them. Now they blocking Sparky.
Talk to me, Sparky. What's on your mind today?
Because they become some popular talk show host.
All right. So are you telling me Pearly? Are you telling me Pearly's not?
What I'm saying is, I want to congratulate Naughty
Okay.
with the Jokers while tell Naughty. See, Naughty is not allowing me to call into his show no more, but tell Naughty, send me 2 tickets to come to his show, his final show. Me and my guests want to come to tell Naughty to carry his...
Behave yourself. What else you got to say? No. What else you got to say, Sparky?
Really, before I go, on Sunday, I can tell you on Sunday, Sparky will be 74 years old.
Oh boy, okay, we can sing happy birthday for you. You better party.
And the Valley Boys are meeting at St. George's Church on Sunday, and Sparky will be there.
Which Valley Boys this is now?
Autograph from Sparky.
Wait now.
Which show up at the 9 o'clock service?
Which Valley Boys this is? The Way Forward or 1958?
God spare my life. Sparky is 74.
Happy birthday, Sparky. Happy birthday. Boy, so watched the House of Assembly yesterday and saw the interaction with the Minister of Foreign Affairs and the Member of Parliament for Fox Hill and the Leader of the Opposition and the Member of Parliament for Marco City. They got into it. Member of Parliament for Fox Hill said he can pork the leader in his head. You all know what pork mean, right? Growing up, we used to play porking with each other and hit each other up. And those who don't know what porking is, somebody asked you, what do you mean by he can pork him? No, that's what it is. I can pork you, I can hit you. We used to thief sour lime off this Georgie tree, and we used to play porking with that. When we couldn't find no tennis ball, somebody wanted to use a hockey ball, golf ball. I asked them, they're crazy back in the day, but that's what porking is, and that was interesting. And I've seen some other interesting things been going on in our good country. There's a rumor going around there's an announcement by the Defense Force asking or canceling all leave. So automatically, people panic. What's going on? Any practicing for the parade. That's all. They just want everybody to come in so they could get some practice in so that the parade will be right. That's all that is about, so not to worry about. I had a question to ask. And I don't know, and I want to get a feeling from the listeners and from Bahamians in general, the headline in The Guardian this morning and says, deal struck for carbon credits. Do we understand what that is about? Because I sure don't. And is the environment that big an issue to Bahamians that our government should be putting so much time in around the world? And don't get me wrong, the environment should be important to us because we sell sun, sand, and sea. And it's important that we keep the sand and sea looking good, because that's what the tourists come for, to lay off in the nice, beautiful white sand, pink sand if you're in Bryland, and to see the beautiful, pristine waters of the Bahamas. That's what people come to the Bahamas for. That's one of the main reasons, if not the main reason they come for the weather, for the sand, for the sea, for the beauty of the country. So don't get me wrong when I ask this question. Yes, it is important, but is it that big a deal? Is it more important than education? Is it more important than crime? Is it more important than cost of living? Is it more important than electricity consistency? Is that an issue? Is that a political issue for the next general election? That we're getting carbon credits while we need the money and I welcome it? Yes, that's wonderful. Is it that important? What does OPM mean when it says tabling the BPL deal now could impact negotiations? I don't understand that. If there's a deal, what are we negotiating? If you already got a deal. So we don't have a deal then. Let me read this little piece so I can make sure it's clear. While the opposition has called on the government to table the deals related to its overhaul of operations at Bahamas Power and Light, BPL, the Office of the Prime Minister said yesterday that disclosing the deals now could affect ongoing negotiations. The FNM are calling for the release of BPL contracts now, even though doing so would give up some of the country's negotiating power. As the final deals are concluded, OPM says in a statement, the government has committed to making the energy contract public at the conclusion of the final negotiations. If we got a deal, what are we negotiating? I'm not clear. I just want somebody to help me understand this. If we say we have a deal, for the revitalization of BPL, and I'm using that word loosely, or for the fixing up or whatever word we want to use, what are we negotiating? What are we talking about? And I guess I don't know. I mean, I would like to know. I found the debate yesterday, and let me know what you think. I found the debate yesterday in reference to the banking, that we're not taking it serious. And this text says, as the opposition and the public calls on the New Day government to make the details surrounding BPL public, the OPM suggests that these calls for accountability and transparency are unpatriotic. So we shouldn't because you might let the public know what the other fellas want, and we about to give it to them, and the public find out we might be in outrage, and that will hurt the negotiations. But what are we negotiating if we don't have a deal? Or is it like this? Come to the Bahamas, start fixing up, start running new lines, start doing this, and we can figure out how we can pay you afterwards. Or we can figure out what you can get afterwards. Because when I listened to the debate or the talk about it, it was said that we then have a $130 million investment, but we don't know how this deal strike yet. I'm lost. I'm not clear on exactly what we're talking about and what they're saying. And I just need to know. The next text says, the PLP has an ad going around saying that the FNM is not sharing Obama file with the public. Well, mother's sick. They giving away BPL and ain't telling us nothing. When you throw them things up, the brother done lose. Vote him out. They voted him out. So that, to me, because he may not have said it, he got voted out. So take that as an example. I ain't interested in no bomb deal no more. My boy, Minister and Prime Minister no more. I'm not interested in no bomb deal anymore. I ain't interested in this Pike BPL deal. I ain't interested in what can be going forward in 2025, 2026 and beyond. That's what I'm interested in. I don't give a crap about that Obama deal. That don't do nothing for me. I don't do nothing for that finish. He exposed what that was about. He didn't like it. And at the end of the day, when the brother called the election, vote him out. So what's the issue? Caller, you on the air. How you doing?
Very good afternoon. How are you?
I'm good, my brother. What's up?
Transparency and accountability were two of the watchwords used for quite some time.
From 92.
Okay. until now.
Yes.
Administration who spoke to the last administration about the same thing.
Yes.
Accountability and transparency.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it still saddens the heart that we as learned Bahamians, and listen, I'm using the word deliberately.
Okay.
Bahamians who we are quite aware of what's going on. We are quite aware of who many of these players are. We are quite aware of what they're doing. But they hide under this disguise and this shield that libel and scandal and slander, or because you don't want to call their names, but we know what they're doing. Okay? What I'm saying here is simply this. The Bahamian people, as I normally say, we are their employers.
Yes, we are.
When we as a people stop allowing these persons in our parliament, it's a popularity contest. When we can cease them from behaving as if they are kings and gods and really put them in their rightful places, this country can begin to progress and prosper. We right now hold them in such high esteem that they're doing everything under the guise of for the Bahamian people, but the Bahamian people, we're not feeling it out here.
No, we're not. It's not. It's in the Reagan, like President Reagan said, it's not trickling down.
Okay, and even with the trickle down foolishness,
yes.
You don't even want to hear that. It's supposed to be a rush, a pour down, not no trickle, a pour down.
But we're not even getting the trickle down. So what you talking about the pour down? We ain't getting the trickle down.
Okay, so I'll close on this point. You know, we watching our country erode, wax and wane daily. We are worried about ourselves now, but the next generation is already in trouble.
Yes.
They don't understand, these learned Bahamians, but got enough common sense to know when right is right, wrong is wrong. And they're around here talking about, oh, my political party never did anything wrong. Oh, my MPs never did anything wrong. Pure garbage. God says that no man is perfect. And if you show me one perfect man on this earth and call his name, I know Jesus is coming himself. But, we got to fix this country, man. Many of us are afraid of where the Bahamas is now compared to where we were and where the trajectory of where this country is going next. It does not look good. Okay? Let's find those among us who would stand up against the fray, who are not afraid of these guys who are wealthy, influential, and everything. Mm-hmm. Stand up and some way, somehow convince our people that the right path can begin to be imagined and also tread upon if we would get serious stand up against these people who bring this tyranny, and let's begin to correct this country's trajectory. And that's all I have to say today, okay? Thanks for taking my call.
So thank you so much, caller. Caller making sense? Are we moving in the right direction? Because, everybody is get up and say, oh, we can do this, we can do that, we can do this, we can do that. They ain't doing this, they ain't doing that. And they're the same things you criticize. How I cannot ask you a question about what's going on in my country, and you can get offended if I ask you. How you can tell me don't ask you nothing? Now you can tell me we ain't talking about certain things no more. Now, you know who ain't vote? You ain't the employers. I'm letting you know that now. Those of you who stay home and did not vote, you're not the employers. Us, we. Who voted? We are the employers. And we have a right to ask what's going on here with the money. Because when I go to the store and I pay that 10%, I paying your salary. When I license my car and I pay that road tax, I paying my money. Right. When other things you have to pay, I paying your salary, so I have a right to ask. And don't tell me I cannot ask. See, because I have a problem every second Wednesday in the month when the government ain't answering the opposition question. I don't care what Minnis, Ingram, Christie did not do. I don't care about what they did not do. I care about what you do, brother. Because you in charge now. And in the words of the Foreign Affairs Minister, fix it. Call you on the air. How you doing?
Yes, good afternoon, Mr. Perley.
Yes, ma'am. How are you?
How are you?
I am most grateful.
The scenario that you just mentioned is called dictatorship. Don't ask me nothing. I'll tell you when I feel like. I don't have to answer to you. What does that sound like to you?
The devil is a liar. That ain't gonna happen, not in my Bahamas.
Dictatorship.
Trying to be dictatorship.
And I say this to all those who aspire. Just listen and learn.
Yes.
We are not going to... This is our country. We have a right to ask questions, especially when we see it going somewhere where we don't need it to go.
Yeah. I agree.
So my point is, I'll continue to listen because, if I say all that I want to say, you will run out of time.
You can still say some more, though, if you want to.
So will I.
Okay,
So I will reserve comments for another time.
Okay.
I will continue to listen to you.
I'm here every Thursday.
Thank you.
Okay. And one of the things that I find amazing is there, and I worked at the House of Assembly. I worked there in the parliamentary channel. I trying to figure out if something in the air condition. Is something in the two, with Brother Marcus, the 2 and 3 meet? Because you hear all the good things, and when they get there, they change, man. They change. You get a little bit of power, you put on some weight, they change. And that bothers me, man. See, this Pearlie, y'all know, it's the same Pearlie that was in SAC in the 70s, This is the same Pearlie. I have not changed who I am. I can't do that. Maybe if I get filthy rich, I might change, eh? Hopefully, we'll see. Carly on there, how you doing?
Good afternoon.
How are you, sir?
All right.
Good. What's up?
I was just listening to Survival Line before the show.
Uh-huh.
And I'm listening to you.
Appreciate that.
And I think I have an idea of what is going on in this country.
Okay.
And the reason why it seems to be a spirit of fear in the air about what's going to happen next and in a negative way instead of thinking positively.
Okay.
We are a very rich country. When they talk about the richest countries in the world, in this Western Hemisphere, they talk about the United States, Canada, and the Bahamas.
Okay.
We realized that we were leaders in tourism some 50 years ago. We're still leading, but the other countries follow our model, and now they're picking up people like Cubans from us.
They're catching up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now that we know that we are one of the leaders in the world, we realize that our Prime Minister, when he did Finland, he did to Steve Nelson Mandela, that you don't have to be a country with big population to affect the world.
Uh-huh.
We realize in sports that we don't have to be the biggest country from Jordan Nolan to Pauline Davidson. We win the Olympics by this year, right?
Uh-huh.
My point is this. We said in 1972 that we are a Christian nation. We need to operate like a Christian nation. Jesus was a politician. That's why when they asked us, are you a king? And he said, you said, I am a king. You said, but he was saying, yes, he was a king. But his kingdom is not of this world.
No.
The constitution that he followed is the constitution that we decided to follow in 1972. When we said that we are a Christian nation, Dr. Ari Cooper the first. So if we continue in this direction, we have no reason to fear because we know we're leading the world. It's hard to listen to what Lincoln Bain is saying about the foreigners clearing the land of the South Asian, about people like Niger, them adding on to their land by putting the Aragonite in the land and hardening up and turning to more land. It's hard to listen to these things, but these things are true. And if we do have the mineral resources that will cost this country to show the world that we do, and we, by being a Christian nation, not worrying about what Trump doing and what anybody else doing, because God is taking care of us. We need to put people like Survival Lang. I use Survival as an example. When I know him as a young man, he's always a Christian young man.
Yeah.
He has been seasoned now enough to know to become the Prime Minister if he wanted to become the Prime Minister.
Yeah.
And people like him don't need to be worried about party line. They need to be worried about what we need to do now to get some people of integrity and power so that when they do get these billions of dollars in their hands as ministers of the country, that they would serve the people and not worry about getting more. Because that's where we're headed. In my opinion, what I'm saying is that this is where we are headed. We don't want to become America or anybody in particular to come to this country because we are a small country. We don't need much. We can produce enough fish. That's enough fish and enough vegetables, organic vegetables, to feed the world and to feed our country. And we already know that. So all we need to do now is to turn back to our Christian values, depend on God, and just glorify in our great positive future that I see coming. I don't see nothing negative coming in this country once we do the right things to get the results of our mineral resources that God wants us with. That's what I have to say.
Okay, thank you. Interesting. Let me read a couple of texts here. Debbie, I hope you notice I'm pronouncing the word right. Good afternoon, Mr. Pearlie. When you get phone number, I'll tell you something. The number that I have today in 2025 is the number I got in 2010. And I still have that number today. And if no matter where I go, I keep that number. That's Pearlie's number. I have not changed it from 2010 to now. So I ain't gonna change my number, bro. I may move where I can live, but I ain't gonna change my number. Here we say, Pearlie, I am so disappointed in the PLP because they have a lot of senior politicians in that party who have been in parliament for years and years. You mean to tell me these people haven't learned by now what's needed to move their country forward? Come on, man. They're acting like they just reached because they are not offering nothing new. Interesting. Very interesting. How's it? Very interesting. Caller, you on there? How you doing?
Hey, how you doing, man?
Hey, ready, brother. What you say?
Yeah, observation and something to think about.
Okay.
I heard that Parliament, whoever spoke in the Parliament said they couldn't divulge the agreement that made some of the agreements, right?
Yeah, on BPL, yeah.
Because it would interfere with some of the
negotiation.
Ongoing negotiations with something totally different, right?
Yes.
So you know what that says to me? That says that because the deal would have initiated would cause such a probably uproar, would then bring light onto what they will be doing forward. So they trying to make sure when they do it, it'll be sealed and I can't do nothing about it. And I think that's what they're trying to do, because if you make a deal and it's supposed to be kosher, supposed to be in the best interest of the Bahamian people, what would cause a negative impact on another deal? Why would it cause if there's something that people wouldn't want to wouldn't want to accept that.
Okay.
People would help. So I think the deal when we hear it, it'd be a very interesting deal what they had made with BPL.
I want to know what's going on. And the sad thing about it is, and what's so hard about this is we're gonna hear about this after it done signed, sealed, and delivered. And then nothing you could do, and nothing you could do about it after that. So we'll have as the Bahamian people, we'll have no say in this deal. We'll have no say if we can have good electricity or whatever. How we get that?
But that's why they refuse to say anything at this point. I heard them say when they say the Pike deal wasn't nothing, and they didn't find out. But Pike vehicles all over this place.
I noticed it yesterday.
All over this place on different islands too. I saw it on different islands too.
And them trucks look good. Just in case you didn't know that. But I noticed it as well. Yeah.
When I was inside with Orlando, I saw Pike trucks. So I'm saying, how could you know how a deal was finalized and the people you're working? That don't sound right to me.
That's like you telling me, Pearlie, can work for me, start working, we can figure out what I can pay you after you then start. No, man, we can let me know what my deal is, what my perks are before I start the job.
But I personally, Pike, I saw their trucks in Orlando. Many trucks. So it's a legitimate company.
No, it is. It is. And the owner's a partner in Windermere Hotel in Elucha with Frankie Wilson.
Okay, so my point is this: I don't see them as a professional organizational company starting work without nothing that is guaranteed. I don't see them doing it. Not them. So it's something that's not kosher with the government is keeping from us.
It ain't right, Lord. It ain't right.
And another thing, I noticed that the light bill, I don't know, I get where it was before, but 3-4 months ago where the load was.
Mm-hmm.
But I noticed that every month it starts to go up. And, from...
the Prime Minister did say it can go up for... He said it can go up for a short while.
Yeah, because I know it was 2-something, which was the lowest I had for a little while. Then it gone to 3-something. Now it's 5-something, 6. So
and you ain't burning no AC?
I try to figure what's going on.
Yeah.
So, I think the government need to be more forthright with the young people, and if you say you're doing what's in the best interest of women, I guarantee whether it's FNM, PLP, DNA, COI, we would get behind the government because we all want is a better country.
Yes.
So I don't see what the issue is with disclosing things which you are doing.
Yeah.
Good is good.
We ain't want to know who all is part of the deal. Well, thank you for the call, my brother. Thank you so much for the call. Before we go, let me read these couple of texts. Hey, Pearlie, a promise is a comfort for a fool. It's election time. I'm tired of hearing the same old record spinning all the time. Hey, Pearlie, you is a good man, but some of the members now can't get them on the phone. I was letting you know this crew changed their numbers, address, and mine. Of course. Of course. Callers, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. We can take a quick break. Got to pay these bills, and when we come back, we can take these calls. So don't you go anywhere. Just be patient with me, callers. This is Pearly on the Talking Heads Thursday. Be on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. We'll be right back.
Keep your bankroll. We're having a celebration. Let us stay high. You can better believe when it's time to grind. I'm down for mine. Crime after crime. From the creep to the bag, cause mom's got a grub on the grill. If we got the foe, you know it's the first of the one that might choose. We thugs for real.
Turn up the heat and the flavor with the new Jalapeno Fire from KFC. Crunch into the iconic taste of KFC's original recipe, extra large filet that's made with KFC's secret recipe of 11 herbs and spices cooked to perfection. Stacked high with spicy jalapeno peppers, pepper jack cheese, and our cool but kickin' jalapeno sauce, all wrapped up in a soft toasted brioche bun. Go bolder and crank up the heat with our spicy zinger filet. The new Jalapeno Fire is bringing the heat, and it's finger-licking good.
Since 1989, Joker's Wild Comedy Club has been the heart of laughter in the Bahamas. But now an era is coming to a close. Join us May 20th to the 25th for the final shows with your headliner for the evening.
For my guy, comedian Tommy Davidson.
Joker's Wild Comedy Club has hosted world-class comedians from the early days of Steve Harvey and legends like Jay Leno and Damon Wayans. Joker's Wild has been more than just a comedy club. It's been a home for laughter and creativity.
We gotta start loving each other. Stop it. We stereotype dance. White people dance their ass off, just different.
Tommy Davidson, along with featured comedian Kirk Green and house comedian Naughty. Don't miss your last chance to experience the magic. May 20th to the 25th, Joker's Wild Comedy Club. Admission $50. Get your tickets now at Atlantis, Bahamas /events. Come enjoy and relive the laughter at Joker's Wild Comedy Club.
Make this Mother's Day extra special with Kelly's House and Homes Mother's Day sale Friday, May 2nd through Saturday, May 10th. Enjoy 20% off a beautiful selection of dinnerware, glassware, luggage, silk flowers, and picture frames, except on net items. These are all perfect and stylish gifts to show Mom just how much she's loved. Hurry in and take advantage of Kelly's House and Homes 20% off Mother's Day sale Friday, May 2nd through Saturday, May 10th. Happy Mother's Day, all with love from Kelly's House and Home.
We're still here. Since 1941, the Armory Company has been your trusted partner and one-stop solution for all your business and technology needs. From printers to copier leasing, point of sale to cloud video surveillance, and access control to ATMs, we've got it all. And we ship to all family islands. Call our dedicated customer service team now at 397-1600 or visit us behind Wendy's on Mackey Street and experience excellence that stands the test of time. The Armory Company. Your success is our business.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty, hosted by Earl the Pearl, 96.9 FM.
It's time for The Buzz. What are you buzzing on? Brought to you by John's Shoes.
And we're back. Oh, I got to correct myself. I said Windermere with Pike and Sir Frankie. It's actually Cotton Bay. I don't know where I get it. I just think about that beautiful island, but it's Cotton Bay. Partners at Cotton Bay. Collie on the air. How you doing? Oh, my caller, you there?
Hi.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, Pearly. How are you?
Thank God for life. Thank God for life. Thank God for this beautiful day. It's May 1st. I was just telling my girlfriend, I said, hey, it was just Christmas last week. We was just decorating Christmas tree. Now we just had Easter. Time flying.
Start putting it up on. Start putting it up.
Put up the new one up, Let's get into Independence voice.
Independent?
What's happening?
Are we independent?
Well, I don't know. You tell me.
Anyway, that is what I call
That's another story. That's another conversation for another day.
We'll discuss that when that day.
You know what? We're going to talk about that in July, if God willing. If I'm here and we're all here, we're going to have a conversation about are we truly an independent country closer to Independence Day? How does that sound?
Please do.
All right.
What I call about BPL.
Yes.
They said that it might affect
the ongoing negotiations. Yes.
Oh, okay. So on February 6, 2025. This May, right?
This is May 1st, 2025.
Okay. Let me see. February. I think they tell me after February is March. Then April.
Yeah.
And then May, right?
See, that's only 2.5 months gone by so far.
Okay. Well, Mr. Anthony Ferguson said on February 6, 2025, that the deal was going to be finished by the end of the week. Which week?
Next week.
It's in the daily.
Yeah.
They quoted him verbatim after Dr. Sands questioned why Pike's trucks were disappearing off the street.
And I can't blame Mr. Ferguson because he's only going by what he's being told by the government and whatever's going on.
Well, I blame Mr. Ferguson
is what the government is doing.
Mr. Hold on, Pearlie, please. Don't come up with no excuse.
I ain't coming up with excuse. I being real. Y'all know I don't.
Real too.
Y'all know I be real.
Mr. Ferguson acting on the Bahamian people's behalf.
Okay. So
he's being paid.
Yeah, but he's not actually doing the work. He's not doing the work. So he's only going by what he's been advised.
Okay, so he's just a mouthpiece.
I wouldn't say that much, but I mean he's being going by what he's advised.
Okay, he made that statement. Yes. Nobody, Dr. Sands didn't sit on the side of him and say, "Boy, say this."
Okay.
He said it. They put things in the paper in the hopes that we, the Bahamian people, don't read it.
But we don't read. Bahamians don't read.
Yeah, Eddie Hanna told me that, and from the day he told me that, I've been reading. Okay. Everything they put in the paper. Okay. From the Bahamian people, they put in the papers.
Yes.
Those days are gone.
Start reading Bahamas.
Those days are gone. Mr. Ferguson, Anthony Ferguson, said the 6th of February, 2025.
But you know, in his defense, and coming that the Prime Minister have come back since, and the Minister say in 2 weeks. So, you know.
The Prime Minister been saying 2 weeks from September 16, 2025.
2021.
Sorry, 2021.
I got you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks for calling.
There was a previous caller who said that we know what's going on. We know what's going on. Okay?
Okay.
The hotel in Freeport, 2 weeks. The airport in Freeport, 2 weeks. What else is 2 weeks? Everything is 2 weeks. When it ain't 2 weeks, it's something else.
I beginning to wonder if that's a trend amongst political leaders because I hear President Trump saying the same thing too. 2 weeks.
But Trump says that all the time.
Okay.
And I said to someone, they're using Trump's playbook.
Wow, not a good thing.
That's what they're doing.
Okay.
In the hopes that Bahamians forget what they are saying. But what they need to realize, and it's too late, they have frustrated the hell out of us.
I hear you loud and clear.
We're tired.
Yeah.
The electricity bill being low.
Nope.
It's low because it's cool.
Well, I burn my AC. I haven't burned my AC since November, December, January, February, March. Like almost 6 months.
So what is there to brag about?
All right, let's see what happened in July.
Anyway, Pretty, you have a good day. Okay. Tell Mr. Anthony Ferguson, the Bahamian people need to know which state he's going with.
Okay.
I go on.
All right. Text. Mr. Pearlie, can you check what the brand name on the ink on that document? It's taking a long time to dry, for real. It says here, from the Tribune, June 23, 2016, when BPL management team was requesting a rate increase, the public had not been aware of. V. Alfred Gray confirmed that the government had put the brakes on a proposed BPL rate increase, feeling it was not the right time for such a move. The government action was likely due to the impact of businesses and households and subsequent voter fallout, and that such an increase in utility costs might produce in the past prologue. Okay, caller, you are on the air. How you doing?
Yes, Pearlie.
Hey, how you doing, brother? What's going on?
Yeah, just let me tell people on the BPL deal with your light bills, right? All of us pay the same rate. So that means when your light bill goes down, everybody
light bill's supposed to go down.
Go down.
Mm-hmm.
You can't tell me some of us went down and down. That means you're not using the rate, you're using consumption.
Yes.
Do you know I know people who light bill has dropped to zero.
They for a bit from my house, and my light bill was low, but that's because I wasn't home to burn any electricity.
These ones I'm talking about who lights have been disconnected.
Oh, okay.
And they still at zero per month.
Mine was not disconnected. I just wasn't home.
Right. And so this whole consumption thing. But here's the problem what they don't tell you. Electricity rates on every one of these contracts is locked for 25 years. Lock in. You have to pay the same rate to the people who buy the electricity, about 20 cents or so, right?
Uh-huh.
Solar produces electricity, self-generation. I know here on Grand Bahama, I think somewhere in their paperwork they mentioned producing at 10, selling at 20 or something of that sort. So you're producing at 10, including recovery of events, right?
Uh-huh.
But imagine that we lock in the rates. I don't care what new technology come in. I don't care whatever. We will be obligated to pay that production of rate for 25 years.
So even if everything goes down, the profit. So that means what will happen is if costs go down, that means their profits go up.
There you go. But you'll be paying the same rate.
All right.
And so what also happened is they are using what is linguistic contortionism. BPL and the government is combining BPL energy strategy with the national energy strategy to convolute the conversation.
Uh-huh.
Okay? So, I tell them, they say it's a very complicated thing. And I say to them, well, I help design circuit boards for computers. If you look down at a computer circuit board, when you look at 1983, the internet, all of the interconnection around the world,
Yep.
I fully understand TCP better than building for the whole thing. Local area network, wide area network, the same thing for the World Wide Web,
Uh-huh.
and the same thing for Wi-Fi. So I definitely know how to connect up to 4 to 5 wires, which run down the street and run into a house, an electrician.
Okay.
But I would tell you is that they have no value on they are locking in an administration coming in who then have an incentive for the reduction of consumption, whether it be for appliances and everything else. It also locks out a massive reduction because we need 5 square miles to generate 100% electricity during the daytime on New Providence. It totally locks them out from self-generation and sending this, collectively all that back to the grid so people can have electricity for 10 cents. Buy all, sell all type thing. So the reason why, because this BPL deal is a fantasy that requires them to massage you intellectually. And so if BPL wants to be honest, tell them bring their consumption, their so-called even 30% rule. Tell me what you consume before they have nothing. What you have is a marketing campaign. And I challenge the Office of Communication of the Prime Minister to have an open, honest conversation and bring answers. Let me move to you. I think you you mentioned this about leadership or something of that sort.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is that what we have currently is leadership that is cemented in the past and denies us the future. You see, we're talking about banking.
Yes.
These problems have been solved for almost 2 decades. We just need a leadership that understands how to implement it in the Bahamas.
Yes.
We're having stress about home ownership. Well, we need about 20,000 housing units. Housing units is not home ownership. Maybe about 10,000 homes. Well, what exists today in the fintech space, which was brought about by the F&M under their DARE bill, the only 2 people who cannot be financed for a house in this country is individuals under 18 and the dead. I talk about regardless of age, the dead. Why?
Okay.
Because none of them can legally sign
Right.
a mortgage contract.
I got
But
you.
fintech allows those things to happen. So you talk about Grand Bahama and the whole thing where we need 11,000 jobs on Grand Bahama. So opening a hotel room or even the airport, you need 15,000 people to go through the airport for it to reach net zero, just to pay the bills. And so you need more than a strategy of saying, open the hotel. What you need is a strategy for Grand Bahama, which was promised in the Blueprint for Change, and it has not been produced. Let me flip to one other thing. Let me end with this.
All right.
The caller called and mentioned about NIGOD and everything.
Yeah.
Let me say to them, when Lincoln Bean speaks, the only way to know that Lincoln Bean is lying or misinformed is his lips is moving. That what he said about NIGOD filling in, NIGOD created a strategy for attrition of land and whatever else. He didn't bring and do all the things. There's so many different things that are said.
Yeah.
But let me just say one thing. Lincoln Bean, and I hope he's listening or his people is listening, said that he got, and he used the authentication of his plan of a strategy for natural resources that comes from the Alliance for Change and the BNCC, the Bahamas National Coalition of Citizens. I was the senior spokesperson. I was the founder of the Alliance for Change, which assisted the DNCC in getting their platform. I know natural resources. Nothing Lincoln Bean. And I challenge him. He said he's willing to talk to anybody. I'm challenging them. Please stop misleading the people. Nothing you say is true. And you spend hours on the radio talking about everything else. Just spend 2 hours saying which one thing you say. Explain aragonite and how we can use it and how it will be converted into these billions of dollars. And I'm saying he can't. Okay? And for all you Coalition of Independents, if you want to know who I am, ask Charlotte Green, who was in the room when Bohemian Evolution was started, and Lincoln Bean was not there. He's a newbie to us, okay?
Okay.
With this Coalition of Independents. And I have the audio and I have the video of our meetings for where they got their information from that they're now misrepresenting. And I invite them to call me out and stop. And Bohemians, I'm saying to you, if you can provide me evidence of what Lincoln said could be accomplished, I'll give you $10,000. Bring the written strategy, whatever. It cannot be done in the manner that he's saying. And I put to you, not a single person in the Coalition of Independents could tell you how one thing of the 125 natural resources, where they are, what exactly they are, how they're going to be used for national development, they can do it. Lincoln Bean, Charlotte Green, MacGyver, all you all fanatics, call me out on this. Let's meet. Let's talk about it. Stop lying to Bohemians. We want development. We want a conversation on what's now, what's new, and what's next. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Well, Brother Dwayne, he called you out. Welcome to talk to the man. Call you on the air. Call you on the air. How you there?
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up? Yes, sir.
GNN. I called you to tell you one thing. I see all in this, my boy, but I got to rapidly disagree with see Allen with some of the things what he say. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? See, because it always say gaslighting and all them kind of things. You know, the majority of us.
But, you know, I hear you, but the man say, tell him what he lying on. Be specific. What is he lying on? What is he Allen wrong on?
I just say I have to respectfully disagree with him. You ain't letting me get the way I want to go.
Go ahead, brother.
Because most of us don't read, like y'all say. We don't read. But my Grammy, this Grammy boy, this GNN, Grammy say, I want to prefix this. They murdering Bahamian people with bills. But my Grammy say, a murderer, a liar is a thief. That's our politicians. And a thief is a murderer of Bahamian people with bills. Now, see Allen saying, he's one of the smartest amongst us. We know that. But to go back 50 years old, see him old, that's telling me something. Either he dead smart, or he perpetrating the fraud just like everybody else, because he's supposed to be smarter, and he's supposed to be well-read. So what you going back, where you come from for 53 years?
I don't know if he going back. I don't know if he going back. He said this the plan he had moving forward. And he's challenging them to talk about the plan. He said they don't know about the plan.
He moving forward, but he going back with the same old train conductor. But the same old conductor, you got a new bus, but you got the same driver. You understand? And if he say Lincoln Bean, I ain't caping for Lincoln or nobody, you know. But if Lincoln Bean don't know, what the hell does Pintard know? Thanks for taking my call.
It's GNN. What do you mean with Lincoln Bean or with Pintard? No, they two different people. Plenty things I know you ain't know, and plenty things you know I don't know. So if the man is challenging, and I hear what you're saying, you respectfully disagree with him, but you ain't tell me what you disagree about. Call you on the air. How can I help you?
Pearly.
Hey.
Hey, Papa. What's up?
Hey, Papa. What's going on?
Erlen calling. Good day to all of your listeners all over the world. Hey, Pearly.
Hey, thank you.
Bang, bam.
Hey,
so check this out. What, honestly, I mean, in your opinion, what could Prime Minister Davis then be hiding from us?
The deal? Who benefiting from the deal?
What in that deal could be so outrageous? Mr. Davis is decent people, right? But what they could be hiding from us to do it this way, because as far as we're concerned, when you do things this way and say something and you do it another way, it's like you're hiding something. Why'd you think about answering me with that, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what is sicking us out here?
What's that?
Us concerned Bahamian people.
What's that?
I know as politics, they got to answer the F&M and say, well, the F&M say this and the F&M say that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's really sicking us when they talk about the F&M. That's that ain't just no official opposition or talking about this deal, the way they going about it, no transparency. This average PLPs, FNM, average Bahamian people, concerned Bahamian people.
Yes.
And they keep saying that the FNM mad, got things go. If things can work out good, that meaning all us could be happy. What could y'all be hiding from us that don't tell us what in the deal? What y'all could be hiding? Are you saying some of the big short PLPs can own up everything? We just want it to work properly,
That's all.
Y'all have a duty to tell us a responsibility to tell us how the deal going. This is not y'all money. This is not y'all thing. If anything go bad the way how y'all doing this, y'all should have to compensate us or pay out y'all pocket personally, because y'all ain't doing it the right way when it comes down to transparency. What about this nomination? They say the voice of the F&M doing it tonight, or the voice of June, or what? They still doing it?
I think so. I don't know if it's tonight, but I know that
someone said put off for 2 weeks or something.
Ain't nothing put. Hold on. Let me explain. Ain't nothing put off.
Nicole Martin could be any of those person.
I hope. But ain't nothing. There's nothing being put off. They're doing their due diligence. They're vetting. They're checking them out. They're checking your background. They're making sure everything. They're doing it the right way, and that's all you want them to do is do it the right way.
So you don't know if Nicole coming for NASA Village or whatever?
I know she's an aspirant, and I'm hoping.
Okay.
She's a good friend, and I love her. Okay.
Yeah. So what you think, Brave? How you think? Sir Franklin.
But we don't know. We need to see the deal to see who went in. Because you can't talk about how them fellas do it in the last government, and now you're doing this.
So could be doing behind our back with this deal, and what should be the punishment? Or you give me an example. Tell me the sickenest thing they could do to piss us off, and what should be their punishment different from just voting them down out? I ain't up and listen.
They could be lining their pockets. I'm not saying they are. They could be doing that. But hey, guess what, people? We out of time. Wow. I didn't expect time to fly. They say when you're having fun, time flies. This is Pearly. Guardian Radio 96.9 FM on a Talking Heads Thursday. Thank you for the calls, the texts. When we get back, we can cry about the Lakers. I can cuss the Lakers in a good way on the radio, because I am very hurted that we are out. And I'm at Lakers in 5. Yeah, Lakers in 5. Lakers get caught up in 5. Anyway, Cuban Willie is coming up. When we get back, we're going to talk some sports. We can get into the NBA playoffs, and we can talk a little bit of baseball and see what's going on in the football world. This is Pearly, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. See you after the news.
No matter what. Feeling lucky? Here's Cuban Willie's numerology report. Brought to you by the Island Game.
Buenos dias. It's me, Cuban Willie. I had to make sure immigration wasn't coming. It's time for my numerology report, brought to you, of course, by the Island Game. Pelotas. I got the 4 lucky balls for you. And the 4 lucky balls for you today are 7, 3, 5, 7, 73, 57. Play them and win with the Island Game. Stay winning, my friend.
Calling all veterinarians, pet lovers, and animal care professionals. Join DLEAP for the inaugural Pet Stem Cell Conference, May 3rd, 2025, 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. at Goldwyn Hotel Cable Beach. Discover the exciting future of pet healing with stem cell therapies, AI breakthroughs, and precision medicine for dogs, cats, horses, and more. Hear from world-renowned scientists and veterinarians, Dr. Jonathan Lakey and Dr. Omer Thomas, sharing revolutionary methods in pain reduction, prevention of blindness, and overall animal health. Purchase your tickets now at the Bahamas Humane Society, Herbal Healing Clinic, and FootRx, or our website, dleapassociation.mydurable.com, and be a part of this history-making event, the inaugural Pet Stem Cell Conference, May 3rd at the Goldwyn Hotel Cable Beach.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
For fast, reliable, and impactful printing services, look no further. Let Printmasters bring your masterpiece to life. We stand by our quality products that is second to none. Our affordable pricing and friendly, efficient staff makes Printmasters the ultimate choice for all your printing needs. We can deliver any type of printing services, from banners to booklets to business cards, You name it, we can print it.
Let Print Masters bring your masterpiece to life.
Located in the Nassau Guardian Building, telephone 302-2361.
Turn up the heat and the flavor with the new jalapeno fire from KFC. Crunch into the iconic taste of KFC's original recipe, extra of 11 herbs and spices cooked to perfection. Stacked high with spicy jalapeno peppers, pepper jack cheese, and our cool but kickin' jalapeno sauce, all wrapped up in a soft toasted brioche bun. Go bolder and crank up the heat with our spicy zinger filet. The new jalapeno fire is bringing the heat, and it's finger-licking good.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty, hosted by Earl the Pearl. On Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
Talking Heads with Naughty is brought to you by Burger King, City of Hope, Fine Threads, John's Department Store, Joker's Wild, Kelly's Home Center, KFC, Naughty Johnny's, Percy's and Games, Pindertal, Print Masters, Sands Castle Bahamas, and Tropical Gyros.
And I'll be smoking, joking, rolling, sipping on 40 ounces again. Calm down, we got to the front. Stay pushing all night, we ride. They like to wear.
And welcome back to Talking Heads Thursday on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. This Pearly in the house. That was an interesting first hour, but let's get into the sports. Let's get right into it. Today in sports history. Today is Thursday. It's the first day of May in the good year of our Lord 2025. In 1883, on this day in Philadelphia, the first National League game was played since 1876. In 1884, Moses Walker became the first black player in Major League Baseball. In 1901, the Detroit Tigers committed 12 errors against the Chicago White Sox. In 1901, Herb McFarland hit the first grand slam in the American League. In 1920, Babe Ruth hit his first home run as a New York Yankee. It was his 50th career home run. In 1920, the Brooklyn Dodgers and the Boston Braves tied after Charlie Robinson of the Chicago White Sox pitched a perfect game, no-hit, no-run game against the Detroit Tigers. The Sox won 3-0. Another perfect game did not come along until 46 years later. In 1926, Satchel Paige made his pitching debut in the Negro Southern League. In 1951, Mickey Mantle hit his first home run. In 1951 also, Mickey Minoso became the first black player to play for the Chicago White Sox. In 1962, Bo Belinsky pitched a no-hitter and only his fourth start. In 1969, Leonard Tost brought the NFL Philadelphia Eagles for $16,155,000. They sent it for about like $3 billion now. In 1986, Bill Elliott set a stock car speed record when he went 212.229 miles per hour. In 1991, Nolan Ryan of the Texas Rangers pitched his seventh no-hitter. In 1992, my Los Angeles Dodgers postponed 3 games due to riots due to the Rodney King case. And finally, in 1992, Ricky Henderson stole his 1,000th base. And our sports quote of the day, I didn't say the thing I said. Yogi Berra. He really has come up with some interesting stuff. I didn't say the thing that I said. Yogi. That's interesting. That's today in sports history. Praises for Carifta athletes, young athletes recognized in the House of Assembly. And I must give the minister credit. He really bigged up, and used young people, he really big up the Carifta team, and congratulations to them, particularly the SAC fellas and girls. You know, they did really well. And, you know, all the athletes, both the swim team, the track team, we are so proud of you. I am so proud of you. And like I think the speaker said 7 is heaven and 8 will be great. So hopefully the swim team will go 8 next year and win again, because we're very dominant. Because some great swimmers, it's a couple of 12-year-olds coming up. So I know the future of swimming is in good hands. So congratulations to President of the Aquatics Association, Brother Coggle. You did a fantastic job. Congratulations to the track team. You did fantastic to what you did. You watch Egan Neely run the 4x1, the 4x4. All the other kids did well. You know, I'm so proud of you. I can't say it enough. You know Pearly like young athletes, and you know I like to encourage young athletes. You know I like to big them up. So I want to congratulate the Carifta team. And a special congratulations to all the athletes on both the swim team and the track team for my alma mater, the Big Red Machine, St. Augustine's College. They had a wonderful affair at St. Augustine's today to honor the athletes of the Carifta team. Sawyer Boy was there giving jokes. Puzzle was there singing. It was really a good day up there St. Augustine to Carifta athletes. You did great. We're proud of you. Keep pushing, kids. Keep pushing. Further on, I just took right over. I'm supposed to be reading the sports, right? Chisholm gets hurt and then doubles. Jazz is coming along quite well. And everybody, you can't expect the brother to hit a home run every time he comes up the bat. Baseball is a cruel sport. It's the ups and downs, the ebbs and flows, the peaks and the valleys. But he's having a good time right now, and he hit a double yesterday. Great. Ultimate Champions win second straight international tourney. And that's the Ultimate Challenge and Sports Academy is returning to the Bahamas as champions of the 10 and under AA division of the Central Florida USSSA United States Specialty Sports Association Battle of the Lakes tournament, which was held over the weekend in Florida. The team, which was managed by Bahamas Baseball Association President Clarence C.J. McKenzie, showed its prowess battling against 15 teams from the state of Florida and coming out on top for their second straight international title with wins, taking the USSSA War on I-4 baseball event in Plant City, Florida in March. Congratulations to the young baseball players. And these kids got some swag, If you see the picture, they say the one got his dark shades on and all that, and that's the future. One of these days, they will be Los Angeles Dodger fans. I'm so excited, so happy for you. Do well. Happy. And let's take this caller. Caller, you are on the air. Good afternoon.
Hey, afternoon, brother. How you doing?
Hey, my brother. What's up?
Boy, it's always a great day when the Lakers don't make it past the first round.
Oh, Lord of mercy. I got a trigger finger, I got a trigger finger, right?
The outside field, they're clean and all. I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
How much Pepto you drink after the game?
You want me to be very honest with you? If this was my Dodgers beat that quick, you could ask him. I'm going to pull for the Lakers, but I don't care if we don't lose because I really don't want him on my Laker team. But when he's gone and if we lose like this, then you could ask him how much Pepto-Bismol I had to have. But I did cuss every dirty word I know last night, and I was really pissed at the game, but, it is what it is.
It was a really good game, though, the Clippers game.
Yes.
Boy, that was a good game.
Yes. And I think
who you pulling for between the Clippers?
Buddy, I love Buddy, and I'm a Buddy fan, because he's Bahamian, and I always support my Bahamians. But I don't like the cockiness agreeing, but I don't like Harden. So I think I game with Minnesota in the playoffs.
Okay. Yeah,
and in the words of my good friend Muff Roll, I went to college in Minnesota, so now my Lakers out, I can go with Minnesota, all right?
All right, then, bro.
Okay, thank you, brother. Thanks for the call. But, I watched that game last night, and I watched the 5, Lakers in 5. Lakers get beaten 5. I watch it. And I was amazed and particularly this morning when listening to the sports announcers on ESPN and some other stations talk about it, these dudes try to put the loss on J.J. Redick. They try to put the loss on Luka. They try to put the loss on the lack of a big man, but not one time did they say LeBron had anything to do with the loss. Oh, at 40 years old, he gave it his all. He went all out for the team, and he did all this for the team, and he did all for the team. Boy, if y'all know the words I said when I heard that.
Hey, Billy.
Hey, what's up?
Radio boy, I was trying to get on earlier, but anyhow.
All right, for you, since you're a loyalist and you're a good man, I can give you a couple of minutes.
You my boy. I don't want to talk sports too, but anyhow, let me just say what I can say.
Go ahead.
BPL was in tailspin from ever since they fooled around with Shell.
Before that.
He's still in it.
Before that, from the late Bradley Robinson chairman, and they went and they dropped those prices without doing it properly, and BPL lost a lot of money from that.
But Shell was there then.
From the last 20 years.
I said before on the show, BPL is to bring in their own oil and everything.
Yeah.
So when they got that middle person, which is not needed, that's why they profit drop, and that's why they in this mess what they in, and they look like they won't get out of it because it keep going on and on. But they're supposed to be negotiating with them. BPL is supposed to be run by the government and these new people who they come to help them out. But you still got the man still collecting plenty money, man. That's why I mean this mess was we in. And then another point, what I didn't like, the statement made by the nurses.
Okay.
You hire the nurses them. They're supposed to be vetted then.
Yeah.
Well, you know what you talking about? You vetted it.
Half-stepping.
You see where I'm coming from?
Be half-stepping.
Yeah, they supposed getting paid. How you gonna hire a person and then you can say, oh, we have you on the vetted, and you know that's supposed to be done?
Yeah.
That's a bunch of baloney.
That's like hiring me to be a surgeon and come to find out, but he get his degree in management. This brother can't even do surgery. Yeah.
Thank you. You sign up to be it. I take you on there and come back and say, oh, no, man, that's a flimsy excuse, man.
Yeah.
And them people working so long and ain't paying them what they're supposed to pay.
Yeah.
Man, they supposed to have been demonstrating a long time.
Yeah.
Now, that loss with the team name, that fella going from hero to zero.
Who?
I think a lot of fellas, Indiana beat Milwaukee. You let a fella down 7 point in 35 seconds.
Yeah, but Indiana's got a really good team, you know. They got a really, really good team. And that's the team not to sleep on.
No, but okay, they had a good team. But would Milwaukee play good enough to win that game?
Yeah, but Indiana played better to win.
Oh, man. All you got to do is run the clock out. That guy turned over the ball 2 times.
Yep.
He was a hero, then he goes to
zero. Yeah.
You know,
But what I thought was really sad about it is how Halliburton, I think I pronounced his name correctly, his father came up with this big poster and danced up in front of the Greek. That was not good. That was not good.
No, boy, you won't say that no more. You know they can hold him. They ain't coming on there no more. And I think they're going that far.
No, they're probably not. I don't think either of them.
They ain't get over Cleveland.
Or Boston. So, you know.
No, they're going to try to show off with Boston. You know,
listen, I picked Boston, and I don't believe a Lakers saying this, but anyway, I picked Boston to be in the NBA Finals again this year. They got the team. They got the depth. They got the team. And if they're healthy, they're going to be a very hard team to beat.
Yeah, but the Lakers need another big man.
They do. And the Lakers will fix the problem. Just like somebody said tonight, it's not the end of the world, you know.
You know, he's condemned LeBron, but LeBron is doing part, and, you know, thank God LeBron and the new fella they get. They consistent.
LeBron got to go. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, well, I think he can have the time, but, you know, they got to get another big, good all-star big man, and I think they will win. I don't think Minnesota going that far. I according to what I see. My man who's got a much points. You know?
When you look at Minnesota, right? Let's say Minnesota plays Golden State. Golden State got the same problems with Minnesota that the Lakers have. You know, Minnesota got a big team. They got a big team. They got a big team, and if you got somebody another big man to match up, you gonna be in problems.
But let me say this to you. When you see Jimmy Butler, don't forget now, Golden State got Jimmy Butler. They got what the fella named the guy Steph Curry, and if the Bahamian boy, what he named, he is some start licking off them trees. You know, big man, yo.
No, I understand that. And that makes plenty sense. That makes plenty sense. But I'll tell you this much. If Golden State doesn't beat Houston tomorrow and they go back to Houston, they ain't gonna beat Houston. They got to close it out tomorrow night. They got to close it out tomorrow night. They got to close it out tomorrow night. If not, dog gonna eat their lunch.
Dog will be with every.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for the call. But you know, when I look at the Lakers, I can't be if this was what the fella name from the Heat coaching? I can't remember his name, but or if this was JJ Redick is a rookie head coach who did, I thought, a fantastic job to get the Lakers as the number 3 ranked team in the league. The general manager of the Lakers did a great job in making that trade. It looks as if the Lakers win the trade this year, but if they don't do nothing within the next 3 years to win a championship, 3 to 5 years, then the Lakers would have lost the trade, okay? Let's put that out there. But JJ made some fundamental mistakes, and I can call them rookie mistakes for the sake. But I'm mad at him because I know he can learn from that. We know when we were getting Luka that the brother can't play. He's slow. He can't play that kind of defense. Fellas can blow past him. We know that. The Lakers' problem is they did not have a rim protector. And Naughty said it. Credit where credit due, Naughty, because I know you can say, I told you so. We did not have a rim protector. We did not have someone there who can protect the rim. Who can protect when they blow past Luka, you're right there. Then we made this decision to play zone to protect Luka, because that's all that was about, to protect Luka. And when they charged Ant-Man, he made all the right passes. credit where credit due. The brother made all the right passes. Ball on top of the free throw line, and that was it. Deal ya. Shoot it out to the corner, 3, or Gobert right underneath there. Gobert had 24 rebounds last night with 9 of them offensive rebounds. The Timberwolves had 18 offensive rebounds last night. 18. You can't win when you getting killed on your own on the board. When you ain't getting no defensive rebound. You ain't one and done in them. Put it that way. You can't win if you're giving up 18 rebounds when they should be your rebounds. You let them they shoot, miss, and rebound and put the ball back up to beat you. Gobert, there was nobody to stop Gobert last night. And Gobert ain't one of the best like fellas in the NBA now. Let's get that out there. But and you know, we saw the age in LeBron. We saw the aging in LeBron. The brother finished, man. Go home, my man. Go home and relax yourself, cool. You ain't gonna win no more NBA title. You might as well just go chill. You know, Naughty says this brother came to the Lakers for after his career. All right, then get to the after part of your career. All right. Pearlie, what happened to your girl Kennedy Carter from the Chicago Sky? She won't be there anymore to be the enforcer against Naughty's girl, Caitlin Clark. I didn't know. I got to check her. I think she went somewhere else. But the Sky had they had a really good draft. They had a really good draft. You know, they had a really, really good draft. So I'm not too worried about that. I'm not too worried about that so much so. So I've not, be honest with you, even though the WNBA starts next week, next Thursday we'll do a little story and we'll check them out a little bit and I'll be able to talk a little better about them. But I think the Sky will be a lot better team this year. Indiana pick up some good players too, so they'll be a lot better team as well. So we'll see how it goes. But let's take our first break. That's cool, Mr. Britt. When we get back, we'll look at some more sports. We'll see what the final 15 bring, and we'll do our picks. This is Pearlie. It's Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. It's a Talking Heads Thursday. A pleasant. Be right back.
The first of the month, and I'll be smoking, joking, rolling, sipping on 40 ounces again. Come, we got to the fun. Stay working all night, we ride.
Turn up the heat and the flavor with the new Jalapeno Fire from KFC. Crunch into the iconic taste of KFC's original recipe, extra large filet that's made with KFC's secret recipe of 11 herbs and spices cooked to perfection. Stacked high with spicy jalapeno peppers, pepper jack cheese, and our cool but kickin' jalapeno sauce, all wrapped up in a soft toasted brioche bun. Go bolder and crank up the heat with our spicy zinger filet. The new Jalapeno Fire is bringing the heat and it's finger-licking good.
Refined style with elegant taste, then Fine Threads is your place. If you want those slacks hemmed or just taking the waist, then Fine Threads is your place. If you want to look suave and debonair everywhere you go, like you're supposed to be in a video, want to step out and look great, then Fine Threads is your place. Then Fine Threads is your place, is your place, is your place.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
I've been up at Penda and I meet him in the showroom. I said, Penda, I just come out of a showroom in Portugal and let me tell you something, them showroom and selection ain't got nothing on yours. Man, I like this stock of porcelain and ceramic tile you got here. What I really like is the range of sizes that come in, 8 by 48, 12 by 24, 24 by 24, and what I really like more than the things I really like is the price. From $275 a square foot to $494 a square foot and all in between. You can't beat that, not even with a 2x4 from Enterprises.
Listening to Talking Heads with Naughty, hosted by Earl the Pearl. On Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
And welcome back to our Talking Heads Thursday. Yeah, we're on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM. Well, we got an interesting Final 15 with Colin Cowherd. He's going to talk about who really is to blame for that Laker loss last night. So you listen to what he got to say, and him and I may disagree to some level, but I agree with a lot of what he has to say, so that should be something interesting to listen to. Make sure to tune into that. Outside of that, people, like I was saying, so JJ is a rookie head coach. So I expect him to make some mistakes. I expect him to make some things that ain't gonna make no sense. I expect that to happen. That don't bother me so much. So we knew what we were getting in Luka. We knew we were getting a slow guy who defense with some deficiencies. Now he got to work on some of that stuff because he's only 25, 26 years old. He's in the prime. He's not even there yet. He's got so much. He got a tremendous upside. He's got to work on that. LeBron too old. You saw the dead legs in the fourth. You tried to come up with one or two spurt plays here and there, the dunk in the end of the second quarter and all that stuff. But you saw the dead legs. He's 40 years old. Come on, man. I mean, I a couple of years older than him, and I don't consider myself old, but I don't play basketball. So at my age and things, but I still feel like young, but I still good at. But look, in basketball, 40 years old is old. You playing with 3-year-olds, 20-something-year-olds, who leaping out the gym, who running up and down and running for hours and then getting tired. And you know, time to go home, brother. Please retire. Let's honor you. Let's do. You know something? I don't even have a problem if you put a statue with him no more. If he say this year he can step down, but I don't think LeBron is going to retire. I think LeBron is going to come back for one more year. What he wants to prove, I don't know, but I think he's going to come back for one more year. The next problem with the Lakers is no big man, no rim protector. No rim protector, nobody to stop it. Big teams like Minnesota beat us because they're bigger than us, stronger than us, and was able to do that. That got to change. And I have confidence that the Lakers will make the change, you know. I have the confidence that the Lakers will tweak that thing. They got some picks and they got some stuff that they can do some things. You have a nice big guy to come in and you know, it ain't gotta be no 30-10, you know, 20-10, you know, 10-10, 10 points, 10 rebounds a night. Play some defense. Get me some defensive rebounds. That's all. Callie on the air. How you doing?
Yes, sir.
What's up?
Good afternoon to you.
Thank God for life. How are you?
So I even know how to call my brother. There are some people I know who are astute Laker fans. And a couple of people we know now so had the same amount of points as LeBron in the fourth quarter. Okay?
And he had 5 last night.
All right, then. So right then we know it's time for him to hang it up.
It is. And I mean, no disrespect to the man. You know, he's had a great NBA career. He's made a ton of money. Man, go home and relax and sit back and watch Bronny try to make it in the NBA.
He also encouraged the Lakers to implode or to plan a losing season. Why I say that is this. He got them to draft his son. And he know come playoff time when you're starving for points in the fourth quarter, he's not going to put Bronny on the court.
Hell no, Bronny can't. Was Bronny even on that playoff team?
Okay, now you see what I'm saying? So you automatically just give away. So right then, you all got to just let him go, man.
If it was my choice, I would have tell him last night, brother, take a quick shower and head out. We'll see you, we'll see you when we do the retirement party for you.
All right.
But I ain't that in my call.
All right. So I guess they'll understand to hear from other people. They just feel like me saying it is probably the wrong person. Sure. So you take care, man. This your boy from France.
Okay. Thanks for calling. I know who I'm talking to.
You take time, my brother.
You take care, my brother. See you soon.
Yes, sir.
All right. But on a serious note, I mean, it's a time you know you got to know when your time has come. You got to know. Listen, don't try drag it out longer, man. Because I watched some players in the back in the day who hung around, and it was sad to watch them try to struggle up and down the court. It was sad to see it, and I don't want to see that with LeBron. I would like to see him step out, and so y'all bronzexuals, y'all think he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. You know, can feel good about your man retiring. But either, ain't nothing can change, The Lakers get beaten 5. Lakers in 5 this year. It'll be the same thing next year. So it ain't like I could come back one more year because I think we could try win a championship. Ain't that happening. Not with you on that court. Not with that team. Now, if they make some major moves, get a nice big man, if Keebler is able to get back to form with that 3-point shooting, then maybe you could stay around one more year and be that third, fourth, fifth, or sixth option. But you're never going to be the first option anymore. And you can't be the second option because you ain't delivering. I don't care how many points you score for me in the first quarter, you know. That don't. I want to know what you give me in the fourth quarter when it count, when it's crunch time. 0 and 5. I score more points than you did last game before last. No, I didn't even score any. So we scored the same, nothing. And then you come on. Let's open our eyes and be real. We can't live in the past on LeBron James, you know. We can't say, he was this, he was that. You only win 4 championships and lose by 6 or 7. Oh, but he made it to all these. You make it there to get beat. Then Jordan made it to 6. How many he won? 6. Magic won his 5 out of 8. Kobe, 5. But you go on and you getting beaten and couple you been if it wasn't for Kyrie or Dwayne Wade, you wouldn't have them. You're too old, brother. You done had your career. You bronsexuals must come to the fact that the man is finished. He must go to bed. Step down. Relax yourself. Let these young boys run up and down and play. You think I really want to play Masters? I think I'm too old for that. It makes no kind of sense to me. It makes no kind of sense to me. None whatsoever. But, you know, I don't have the last say with that, but if I had the last say, I'd have sent him home. Long time. Because it ain't making no kind of sense. And like I said, I'm not mad at JJ. He's a rookie. He will make some mistakes. Pat Riley made some in his first year. The guy from Miami, I can't remember his name. He made some in his first year. We've seen it. Steve Kerr made some, but Steve Kerr is an exception because Steve Kerr really got a team that Mark Jackson had already built. It was a really good team, and he just came in and he took over a team that was already there. You know? Tex says, good day, sir. What new changes would you like to see the Lakers make, or like to see the Lakers will make this coming summer? Get a big man. We need a rim protector. We need a defensive player. So, because you got to understand that Luka has deficiencies on the defensive end. So we got to protect him. So if somebody blows past him, you coming into the big man who can stop you right then and there. So it doesn't get down that you have to double team Ant-Man and rush out there to protect him, and Ant-Man makes the right passes and boom, 3-pointer be in the hole again. And the Lakers made some good runs last night and came within 2, and all of a sudden, bang, bang, they're down by 10 again. What going on here? And I was so angry last night, and I don't get angry like that about the Lakers, but just to sit there, it was so hard to watch. Knowing my Dodgers just won earlier in the day with Gosselin, who hadn't pitched for 2 years, come out and pitched pretty decent to give me a win yesterday afternoon, sorry. I want 2 wins in LA at a time, not 1. Not just a Dodger win and a Lakers losing. Both of them, they was in LA last night. Both games were played in LA. We need changes. LeBron needs to retire. That's the first thing I would like to see the Lakers do. We need to get a big man, if not one, and maybe another one. And we need another 3-point shooter. Now, Keebler might be the person. I don't know. Because he got to play last night. He didn't play all. He played 40-some game. Texas says, get rid of LeBron and Bronny. Bronny, his son. Yes. LeBron, he ain't ready for the NBA, man. No, man. You're hoping. It'll be a below-average play at best. A minimum play at best. He ain't going to make that kind of money his daddy made. But LeBron has to go. We need a big man, a rim protector, and I think we need to we need a deeper bench. The bench, crappy. The bench ain't good. Get rid of all them on the bench. Maybe 1 or 2 you could keep. Connect, you got to keep. I might keep Vincent. Definitely Vanderbilt, you got to keep. All right? And then I keep Vanderbilt because Vanderbilt is energy. He can play good D, he can run up and down, he can do all kinds of things to make you know. And I don't have a problem with that. But outside of that, goodness gracious me. That was the most humiliating. Oh, Lord. And, you know, and it's hard when you see the brother say Lakers in 5, but it wasn't in 5. And I could have seen, since Shannon Sharp get run off of ESPN, I was little. I should have seen this thing coming, I should have seen it coming. But the good thing about it, he wasn't there to face the music. I mean, they tease him. And Ant-Man did it last night. Oh, Ant this and that, and Lakers in five. He really rubbed it in. And they got really cocky. It was kind of rough. They really got off on the Lakers last night after the game and teasing and rubbing it in and all that stuff. That's hurtful. That's pissed. You'd be so mad you want to fight, but you can't fight. Good day, Pearly. Her coming back to break the record of season played. That's all he do. Yeah, he's coming here. He's coming. Yes, that's probably what he's coming to do. To set records that you had to take 21 years to do what others did in 17. I know what you mean. I understand. Wonder what Naughty will have to say about the Lakers. Where was Connect and all that serious? And that's some of the mistakes that you could say JJ made in terms of not playing certain players in game 4. He played whoever he put in the second half played the whole second half. Lakers made some good runs last night, but it was basically only when LeBron was off the court. Yes, and I agree. They did make a run with him on the court, getting 2 points, and after that, he bad pass. He threw the ball away a couple of times. So when you see that, yeah. But Lakers need a bench. I agree we need a bench. Need to get rid of his son. And let's do the things. And Naughty and I had a good talk last night and again this morning. And like Naughty was saying, I told you, Earl, I've been telling you we need a big man. We need a rim protector. He's been saying that. And he can tell you that tomorrow because I told you so. He's been saying LeBron gots to go. They're the two things he said the most about the Lakers team. He likes J.J. Redick. And he thought J.J. made something. He's not mad at J.J. And neither am I. I didn't expect J.J. to be perfect. I didn't expect J.J. to be the best head coach right now because he's learning. He's got some good fellas, some assistant coaches giving him some good advice. But the question is asked, did you not check the analytics in terms of substituting and stuff like that? Because you do a lot of homework. So you got to put some of the blame on J.J. because he is the head coach. The head coach got to tote some of the heavy the head that bears the crown. You're the head of the team. You're the head coach. So, yeah, you got to take some of the blame. You got to blame Luka. Luka had 9 blow passes. And when I say blow passes, fella dribble 3, leg, crossover, and gone past it. Boom. 9 in that game last night. 9. That's 18 points plus. Then you got to convince LeBron to wrap it up, to pack it up. Go home, man, brother. Go relax. Go relax. Do some other things. Go in Hollywood, make some movies, make some money there. Because you ain't helping the Lakers right now. You're only hurting the Lakers. And the quicker you go, the Lakers could either, drop for a minute and then build back up, or take that same money we give you and buy some good players. Because you got the core in terms of Reeves, Hachimura, Luka, Vanderbilt. You got them there. Connect, come on, rookie. You got the core of a team. You got to add the pieces in there. You need a bench. You need a better bench. Add the pieces in there to make it a better team. Get your big man. Hayes didn't play at all. And he said Hayes has been injured. And even though he's backup center. Come off the bench. Give the center a couple minutes. That's all we need. And hopefully the Lakers will get their act together. Oh Lord. Anyway, let's get to the picks. And then we get to Colin Cowherd to talk about who really to blame, who he blames. And compare to what he said to what I said and see if I was on point. Let me know tomorrow if I was on point. Okay, we're gonna look at couple of games. We're gonna look at the 2 NBA games, and then we look at a couple of the Major League Baseball games. All right. Hockey playoffs are heating up, just so you know. All right. Toronto is playing Ottawa tonight. They leading 3-2. The Minnesota Wild is down to the Vegas Golden Knights 3-2. The Starless Stars leading the Avalanche 3-2, which I find quite interesting. And the LA Kings are down to the Oilers 3-2. So they're playing tonight. That should be some good ice hockey tonight. I'm not going to tell you who I think I'm in there. So, I'm pulling for the Panthers. I'm going with the Florida Panthers in the playoffs this year. All right, so let's take a look at the playoff. The New York Knicks is at the Detroit Pistons. Detroit is a 1.5-point favorite. You know something? I'm going with the Knicks tonight to close this one out. I'm going to Knicks to close this one out tonight. So you could take the Knicks in the money line or you could take the Knicks in the points. But I'm going with the Knicks to close this one out tonight. I think that's going to happen. The Denver Nuggets are the LA Clippers. The Clippers are 6.5-point favorites. You know something? I think because of the Joker, because I don't like Harden, I'm going to take the Nuggets tonight, but I'm going to go to Nuggets in the points. I'm going to go to Nuggets in the points. That means if the Clippers beat them by less than 6 points, I still win. But I'm going to go to Nuggets in the points. I think the Nuggets are going to close it out tonight. I think both of these series are going to be closed out tonight. I think the only thing that's going to be left is I think both of these series can be closed out tonight. And I mean, just got to worry about what the Rockets do with the Warriors. That's my view on it. That's my view on it. And let's take a look at a couple of quick baseball games. The Rockies and the Giants. The Rockies are probably the worst team in all of baseball. I think the Giants will kill them tonight. And just to look at some scores happened already. The Cubs beat the Pirates 8-3. The Reds beat the Cardinals 9-1. The Royals already beat the Rays 8-2. The Diamondbacks beat the Mets 4-2. The Brewers were shut out by the White Sox. That's interesting. And the Athletics shut out the Texas Rangers. So that's interesting stuff. So you only got a couple of baseball games tonight. The Twins are already playing. You got the Nationals and the Phillies. I like the Phillies tonight. You got the Red Sox and the Toronto Blue Jays. I like the Red Sox tonight. And you got the Detroit Giants and the Angels. I like the Angels tonight and the Giants over the Rockies tonight. That's your picks for the night. Have a good time. Thank you for calls. Thank you for the texts. Thank you for the advice. And thank you for bearing with me as I make noise about how my Lakers lost. But thank you so much. Take care. It's been a Talking Heads Thursday on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. This is your boy Pearly. I'll see you next week, Thursday, God willing. Naughty and MJ will be in tomorrow for the weekend review. And I'll join them at 5 to talk a little bit about sports. So take care. Thank you so much for listening. I'm out.
Give it up for the person show, but it lay low. Cause the poor beat when it rolls so low. Break if you can't get away with it. Toast that, yeah, yo, keep your bankroll. We're having a celebration. Let us stay high. You can better believe when it's time to grind. I'm down for mine. Crime after crime. From the creep to the bag, cause mom's got a grub on the grill. If we got the go, you know it's the first of the one that might choose. We thugs for real. Wake up, this week for
The Whopper with cheese at Burger King Nassau has never tasted so good. It's made with 100% flame grilled beef that's juicier, topped with fresh ingredients as usual, and even fluffier buns. Get a regular Whopper with cheese combo for only $9, including VAT, and enjoy a Whopper that's bigger, better, and tastier. The only place to get your Whopper with cheese combo is at Burger King Nassau, where it's grill time anytime.
Since 1989, Joker's Wild Comedy Club has been the heart of laughter in the Bahamas. But now an era is coming to a close. Join us May 20th to the 25th for the final shows with your headliner for the evening.
For my guy, comedian Tommy Davidson.
Joker's Wild Comedy Club has hosted world-class comedians from the early days of Steve Harvey and legends like Jay Leno and Damon Wayans. Joker's Wild has been more than just a comedy club. It's been a home for laughter and creativity.
We gotta start loving each other. Stop it. We stereotype too. Black people, white people can't dance. White people dance their ass off, just different.
Tommy Davidson, along with featured comedian Kirk Green and house comedian Naughty. Don't miss your last chance to experience the magic. May 20th to the 25th, Joker's Wild Comedy Club. Admission $50. Get your tickets now at Atlantis, Bahamas /events. Come enjoy and relive the laughter at Joker's Wild Comedy Club.
Looking for tech solutions without the hassle? Since 1941, the Armory Company has been the Bahamas' trusted tech partner. From access control and cloud video surveillance to smart home setups and laptop repairs, we handle it all. Need a repair? We've got you covered, no matter where you bought it. Can't find what you need? Call us at 397-1600 for a custom solution. Visit us behind Wendy's on Mackey Street with delivery to all Family Islands. The Armory Company, where your tech problems meet their match.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty, hosted by Earl the Pearl on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM.
And with that, we bring in Rachel Nichols is joining us now live. Okay, so let's start with this. My take is, listen, sometimes coaching matters. It really matters in fourth quarters. This series was largely decided on Minnesota's really good fourth quarters, was it not?
Yes, although you can only coach the roster you have. And the Lakers have been very upfront about this since they made the Luka trade. You make that trade 10 times out of 10, 15 times out of 10. I don't know how to make that more obvious. However, it did leave them at a pretty serious deficit for the rest of this season, and especially going into the playoffs where people can target your weaknesses. And to me, that is what happened in this series, is you had a physical, big team in the Minnesota Timberwolves who knew that the Lakers had no interior defense to speak of and used that to their advantage again and again. Now, did coaching play a part? Yes, Chris Finch has been a great coach in this league. He knows how to move Anthony Edwards the way Anthony plays the best. He knows how to get to Rudy Gobert in a way that Rudy has confidence, and he knew how to attack the Lakers. However, there's only so much that J.J. Redick could do. And I have heard you this morning and yesterday talking about playing all those guys in the second half of the last game. That was clearly a mistake. Otherwise, I didn't see a lot of mistakes from J.J. Redick here. I saw a roster that needs to get seriously fixed over the summer. But the Lakers have been saying that. Rob Pelinka's line is, it's like building a plane when it's already in the air. That's what they've been doing for the last third of the season in the playoffs. And now they get to play on the ground and really tinker with it and build a roster around Luka. We'll see if they can get that done, but that is the task for this summer.
I think one of the things is, I said earlier, the playoffs are truth serum, is that, first of all, in the regular season, teams are not equally rested. If an old team comes into town, that you can just get a tired old team and you're playing with young guys. But you get to the playoffs and you watch Miami play Cleveland and it's not close. And by the way, you're playing the same teams and the same guys every game. So your players, you don't get, you can't fool anybody. They all know your pitches. So here's my concern with the Lakers going forward. Is that Cleveland's better and younger. OKC's better and younger. I actually think Dallas next year, when everybody's healthy, could be really good. Denver's going nowhere with Jokic. Minnesota obviously bullied the Lakers. They're younger, deeper, with more dexterity. The Lakers, let's be totally honest about this, may have to move off Austin Reeves. They're not moving LeBron and Luka. Don't they have to build a roster, Rachel, that is about Luka? And if you do, you need rim protection, not Austin Reeves.
Yeah, no, there's two guys on that team, on that roster right now who are safe, and that is Luka Doncic and LeBron James. Everyone else is up for conversation. They need an interior defensive presence, preferably someone who is a rim-running center who can finish things the way Derek Lively is, possibly both. They need 3-and-D wings who can take advantage of the fact offensively when Luka dishes those great passes, and defensively can give them more depth. Because right now, when they do have Luka and Austin Reeves, they are targets, right? You have targets out there. So when you talk about the other rosters that are better than them around the NBA, there's no question about that. It's just a matter of, do you accept that trade knowing that your roster is going to be a little bit of a mess for the rest of the season? The answer, by the way, is yes, 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 yes. When someone hands you Luka Doncic, the answer is yes. And then you fix it over the summer, and we'll have to see how good Rob Pelinka is at fixing it over the summer. He left himself assets to work with. We're going to talk about Giannis Antetokounmpo in a little bit, and everyone's talking about possible trade options for Giannis. We will see what a good job Rob Pelinka did in holding on to assets during the Luka trade when we see just how much Giannis goes for if they do put him on the trading block, because it will be a significant difference.
Yeah, I want to get to that in a second. So I actually thought one of my takeaways I haven't talked about yet, the Warriors have a ton of confidence against Houston, and I can tell because they gave a game away last night, that they absolutely believe, listen, we'll go home, we'll be more rested, and frankly, we don't think Houston in half-court basketball is close to us. So they waved the white flag, 8 minutes in, but that tells me that Kerr and his staff are like, we're better than this team, and we're much better at home. But the Steph Curry grabbing, clutching thumb injury, it's not illegal. It's a reality of physical basketball. I think you should protect your iconic players. Fewer playoff games is the way to do it. You probably disagree, but what do you make of the assertion is that basically Houston's like, well, you just waved the white flag, so we can mess around now. Every possession doesn't matter. We're going to take some possessions and bang around Steph Curry.
Well, look, I think they would be looking to do that if it was a tight game. And by the way, the Warriors committed a bunch of fouls coming out of the gate. I know Steve Kerr was very frustrated with that. I do think that they will play better. I think everything you just said about them knowing how much better they are than this team right now is true, and that is always in the back of your head. But I think that even if it had been a tight, closely contested game, you would have absolutely seen Dillon Brooks taking shots at Steph Curry's thumb because right now it's legal. And Dillon got up there after the game and said, I would do the same thing if someone had an ankle injury and I would expect someone to go at me that way. It is legal in the NBA right now after someone takes the shot to be continuing to defend them and whack on them. That is something you can do. That is something I would expect after we're seeing this happen to Steph Curry. I would expect that to change over the summer when the competition committee meets and they tinker with some of the rules. But there is no question that right now he is not doing anything, quote, wrong in terms of what the NBA lays out. And you better believe, especially a guy like Dillon Brooks, but really so many other guys around the league will use every advantage they can at this time of year. And he's using it. Steph Curry even got up there and said the same thing. He was surprised that we all saw just how bad that thumb was because he's got it wrapped all the time when he's in public for games. But some of the social media people on the Warriors had taken pictures of guys going onto the team plane. And they're like, oh, Steph, we saw how bad that thumb was. He's like, what, do you guys have the feds on me? And when it happened, he was like, I love this league. There's nothing like the NBA for all the little sort of micro detectives out there with the internet.
So Giannis is not only, they're 1-9 in their last 10 playoff games, and they're not competitive in many of them. This is a move I thought they should have made. I think you're always better to get ahead of it because with bigs, they can fall apart, and they're lucky it didn't become Embiid where the value just leaves. So Giannis has tremendous value. Mm-hmm. And I also think when the Knicks acquired Mikal Bridges for all the first-round picks, they thought it was getting them closer to Boston, but now Tatum's exploded, Peyton Pritchard's the best bench guy in the league, and Boston separated actually from the Knicks. And so my take is, okay, you got to take a big swing here. And the Knicks were impatient forever. Then Dolan got into the sphere, let the basketball people run it, and they're incredibly well run. But I think it's time to get back to the impatient Knicks and this isn't close to good enough, right, for the Knicks?
Yeah, I mean, look, even if they come out of the series, and I do expect them to, I don't expect them to be able to do much against Boston. They are just simply outmatched. So they do need to make a move. They would like to make the biggest move possible. Is that Giannis Antetokounmpo? I doubt it, only because if Giannis does ask to get traded, if Milwaukee does decide to trade him, there will be other teams that can offer bigger packages for him. The Houston Rockets can offer a bigger package. The San Antonio Spurs can offer a bigger package. And most of all, the Oklahoma City Thunder can offer the biggest package of all. So if you have Giannis playing with Shea, the presumptive MVP for this year, if you have Giannis playing, look, Giannis and Wemby, what would that be like? Or Giannis on this young, talented Houston team. I think if trade talk does center around Giannis, those are the teams we will see more in the mix, which leaves a team like the New York Knicks to try to make a different kind of move, but there is no doubt that they need to make one.
So I want to end with this because I think it's, and I've said this before, Kawhi is an enigma. He's a remarkable all-time talent, but I always felt he's icing on a cake, but he's not the cake. He doesn't communicate. He's nonverbal. He's not overly emotional. He can be sort of aloof. That's okay. But that game against the Nuggets, that last game, when Westbrook was the tone setter, and Russell can be flawed, but he plays with so much emotion that it makes you guilty as a teammate if you don't play with that kind of hustle. And I thought the Clippers came out flat. Harden was a hologram. And it was the moment where you needed Kawhi to bark in the huddle. You needed Kawhi's leadership. And if they lose this series, the Clippers, because I think they're a better team and a deeper team, what do you do with the Clippers? Ballmer's the richest owner in the league. This, a first-round exit when you have a great coach and probably a better roster, you got to break up and a new arena, which is the talk of the league. This could have repercussions, could it not?
I don't know. I disagree. I think they will continue to make moves around the edges. This is just sort of the best, kind of most competitive matchup in the bracket. It's a little bit of bad luck for both of these teams to have drawn each other. This is the series we all expect to go 7 games. Had they matched up the Clippers against a different team in the West, we probably would be getting a different, quote, first-round result, and then we wouldn't say, oh, they failed out of the first round if they do indeed lose. I just think this is a strong team. They've got a gritty, tough defense. They've got talented players. I expect them to keep improving because this is a very strong front office that continues to improve. But I wouldn't break up anything. I think if they lose this series, you can point a lot to Aaron Gordon's sort of very fingertippy basket, that dunk at the very end of the previous game, because that is what, to me, deflated the Clippers a bit. They show up in Denver, you've got the altitude, and you just sort of feel like we did everything, and they still won that last game. So I'm very interested. I'll be at the arena tonight to see what kind of effort, intensity, and energy the Clippers come out with. But look, the matchup is the matchup, and the Nuggets are a very tough team. A lot of guys on that team are champions. And here's a stat I'll leave you with, Colin. You know, we talk about playoff Jimmy Butler all the time. He's not even in the top 3 of the guys who elevate their game for the playoffs. So when you look at career-wise, the biggest differential between regular season scoring and playoff scoring, number 1 is actually Jalen Brunson, which is impressive. But the number 2 and 3 guys on that list are Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic.